Assalamu alaikum, dear students. I am Kratlin Abbasi, lecturer in commerce from Government Girls Degree College, Lushairo Feroz. Today we will discuss on the topic from business communication. So the topic is effective communication, its definition, common barriers to effective communication, and skills of effective communication. Main objectives of the topic. After discuss the topic, you all students, it will be more clear to you all that what is effective communication. Second thing, you will be best known about barriers of effective communication, and also you will better know about skills of effective communication. So the definition, as we have already discussed in our first lecture about the business communication, where we use term everywhere effective communication. As communication is the process you all know at all, but what is the effective communication actually? So as per definition, effective communication is a process of delivering message to a target audience in a way that guarantees satisfactory reception and understanding. It is clear now that when we go through to communicate to someone else, to who are targeted for the communication, when the process has gone on, it must be guaranteed, it must be satisfactory that you create an understanding in that process. That means that is the effective. If the communication is effective, both the sender and receiver will share the same information at the end of the process. Likewise, if two of the people are talking over any of the topic, but at the end of the topic, ideas of both listener and speaker have the different idea, that communication will not be the effective. So if the idea at the end of the process of communication is very much same from the both side, sender as well as the receiver, that communication will be the effective actually. So to be the effective in the process of communication, to make the same idea, there must be some barriers to go through in a single thought. Common barriers of effective communication are: on the first level, stress and out of control emotion. Second one, lack of the focus. Third one, inconsistent body language. Fourth one, negative body language. First barrier, stress and out of control emotion. What is this? When you are stressed or emotionally overwhelmed, when you are more likely to misread other people. That means when in a communication process you are going in a stressed way, you are stressed at all, then you can't read anyone else's message, you can't understand what the other people is saying, what the other people is talking to you. So stress is the first step or the barrier to the communication. Second, confusing. If you are stressed, you will be confused or off-putting non-verbal signals. Means your behavior, your sitting way, what you are saying, what you are acting on the words of other, and leads into unhealthy knee-jerk pattern of behavior. If you are stressed in any of the dealing, in any of the communication, at any of the place, that stress will lead to a knee-jerk pattern of behavior. That behavior will make difficulties in the communication. Second barrier is lack of focus. You can't communicate effectively when you are multitasking. Okay, this is first thing. Never be multitasking any of the point. Just listen what the other people is saying there. Don't interrupt there. If you are checking your phone, that is also a bad thing there. So never do these type of activities when you are in a room or in a conference or in a meeting or in a classroom also. Always check, always see your teacher there, always see what he or she is saying to you and try to understand that thing. So if you are checking your phone, it's a bad thing there. Planning what you are going to say. You have to plan first. When you are sitting in a conference, in a meeting, you have to plan about the agenda and always try to talk on the agenda only. To communicate effectively, you need to avoid distraction and stay focused. Always focus on the people who is talking there. Never see here and there. Inconsistent body language. Non-verbal communication should reinforce what is being said, not contradict it. If you say one thing, but your body language is saying something else, your listener will likely feel that you are being dishonest. What that mean? That mean that if you are going in a communication process to someone else, you are a speaker and who are your audience. Always try to speak whatever you are speaking. Your body language will support your words. But if your activities, your sitting way, your behaving is different and your words are different, then what the listener will feel? Listener will feel that you are being dishonest. So try to avoid these type of things because these are the barriers of the effective communication. Fourth barrier is negative body language. If you are disagree with or dislike what is being said, this point is on the listener point of view, that what the speaker is saying. If you are disagree to the points, to the words, or dislike what he or she is saying, you might use negative body language to rebuff other person's message. You try to see here and there. You are making your face expressions likewise, or you are making some noise or any irrelevant thing like that. Then you are rebuff other person's message. So, such as crossing your arms, avoiding eye contact, tapping your feet, etc. These type of activities are barrier of the communication. So try to avoid these type of activities when you are going for a meeting, when you are sitting in an area or a room where there is a communication process being going on. So try to avoid these type of activities. Now the skills of effective communication. There are 3 skills of effective communication. One is become an engaged listener. Number 2, pay attention to non-verbal signals. Number 3, keep stress in check. These are the 3 skills. You have to adopt all 3 skills. If you adopt all these 3 skills, you will be an effective communicator. Skill number 1, become an engaged listener. What is this? To communicate other, we often focus that what we should say. When we are going to communicate to anyone else, we must focus on the words that what I am saying there. Listening will mean not only understand words but also emotions of the speaker, that what he want to convey. A listener is a person who is sitting in an area where you are communicating any of the thing. He is always listening your voice with the ear, but with the eyes he or she is focusing on your body language. So what are your emotions, what are your words, what are your behavior, these all thing is conveying to the listener. There are some tips to being an engaged listener. What are these tips of become a engaged listener? Are number 1, focus fully on the speaker, don't see here and there. Number 2, favor your right ear, always try to listen and understand what the second person is saying to you. Number 3, avoid interrupting, focus your concern, don't interrupt any other thing, don't interrupt any other of the activity of anyone else, always focus on your concern when you are sitting in a communication process. Show your interest in what's being said. You have to show what is your interest being in that communication. Number 5, try to set aside judgment. Number 6, provide feedback. When will give feedback? After the communicator convey what he or she is saying to you, at the end he or she will open the house of question. Put your feedback there. There you can judge what you are saying. There you can put the question, but what you are putting there, what the judgment you are saying there, what the feedback you are giving there must be relevant to the topic. Skill number 2, pay attention to the non-verbal communication. The way you look, listen, move and react to another person tell about how you are feeling than words alone ever can. Number 2nd thing, non-verbal communication or the body language. In other words, you can say body language. What it includes? It includes your facial expressions, body movement and gesture. What type of gesture? Your eye contact, tone of your voice, etc. So this is that skill you have to put in your personality, that is attention. Never only focus the words of the communicator, never only focus what other one is saying to you, also see what was his or her way when the thing was conveyed to you, what was his movement, what was his face expressions. You will guess his or her eye contact, that what was the words, what were the eyes saying, tone of the voice. If you are saying a thing that is a proper but your tone of the voice is negative, so there will be make a hindrance of the communication. So try to avoid these type of activities. Number 3rd skill, keep stress in check. How many times you feel stressed during the disagreement with your spouse, kids, boss, friends, etc. Means anywhere you are in, with your family, with your relatives, with your friends, or with your kids, or with your boss, or with your subordinates, or with your staff members. Likewise, in the area where you are present, and how many times stressed you with the disagreement. Means they avoid your opinion, they avoid your voice, they avoid you, your personality. At some situation you can release stress by words spoken. Always check the situation. If the situation is good or possible to say something, then say with the words, spoken words. But sometimes you return to calm state. You had to be calm, very much calm. It's only when you are in a calm state that you will be able to know whether the situation requires a response. That is the thing. If you are in a calm state, then you will feel, then you will understand the condition, the situation, or the other person's signals indicate it would be better to remain. If you are in a calm state, you can observe these things. But if you are speaking while you're stressed or out of emotion, then you can't understand these type of situations. Always try to be calm to cover the situation what is. So this is the effective communication actually. Thank you, dear students. That was the topic we discussed today. Now it's time to give feedback. Allah Hafiz.